So, 2 days ago, this came through the door from DJI, and this is the goggles that I want to use with my DJI Mini 3 Pro. Now, I did get a leaflet. I've opened up the box. I obviously got the mask, the goggles, I should say, and the motion controller. Very nice presentation, but guys, it's not easy putting all this together. I'm not going to show you the whole process because I think it'll be different for everybody, mainly because some have got iOS and some have got Android phones. But I did have a major problem getting this all to pair up and to work, and finally I've got it all working. I don't think it's 100%. I've got to go out and do a test flight soon, but I've just thought I'd put this video up to help others, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that had some major problems putting this together. Now, the things that I needed for this to work was also interesting, because I bought the Mini 3 Pro with the RC screen. So this is what I bought. I didn't buy it separately. I bought it as a package. I've had it for about a year now, and I'm amazed with it. But now I heard about the goggles. I'll tell you a bit more why I bought the goggles. I will say on straight away, it's not for everybody, but for me it's going to be a big help. But anyway, this is a kit that I've already got. But for this to work with the goggles, it was a bit of a nightmare, because it's what it is mainly. You have to use your phone or an iPad, something like that. You can't do it with this, guys. Well, if you can, I'll be amazed, but you can't do it with this. So anyway, we get rid of this. Now, first, I used my iPhone. And to be honest, it nearly worked. What you got to do, guys, you've got to make sure everything is up to date. Now, the first thing you've got to make sure is that your iPhone, the DJI Fly app, is up to date. Now usually on my phone, it updates automatically, but I would check it, guys, because it did say it was updated, but when I went back into the search to the actual DJI site, it wasn't up to date, so I'd update that. And also, for people that's got Android phones, you've got no apps. So you have to go onto DJI site and actually download the DJI Fly app. So another hurdle to cross. Anyway, after trying it on the phone to do updates, it didn't really work. I put up a couple of images, what I had to do. So eventually I found the iPhone was no good. I used my iPad. So I got my iPad. I then had to make sure that my drone was up to date. So then I got my DJI RC M1. Thankfully, I've had this when I bought the DJI Mini 2. Now, for those that haven't got one, then I presume you're going to just have to rely on your phone, guys. But anyway, thankfully this, and what I'd done to make sure everything was up to date is I used this one to check all the updates on this one. You should have the new variation of the updates. I'll put the image up now. And what actually happens eventually, when I paired all this together, because I had to unpair it from my RC screen, I did all that. Now, you could have probably done it with the RC screen, but to be honest, it just wasn't working properly. So thankfully this, it seemed to help. But don't go out and rush out and buy it. I'm sure there's other people that put comments below that they had no problems with theirs, but this saved my day, to be honest, the RC M1. So anyway, so it went on the screen, and when you first load it up to connect, you have to pass the data over. I'll just show this image I've got now. So when you get that come up, you switch it over, it downloads the information, and what it's supposed to do, because your goggles, which I'll show you in a moment, has to be updated, guys. You have to update your goggles and you have to update your controller. So we've still got the screen. I had my controller, and I end at my goggles. So with the goggles, you do get an instructions thing. It's pretty basic what DJI gives you, but then that's like all things, isn't it? You get a small bit of information. It doesn't really state a lot. It makes it sound quite easy. You just connect it to your phone and you plug it into your goggles there. Keep calling it a mask, and then that's it. And it just wasn't having it. I think what it was, you had to go through your phone or your iPad to get this switch over of data, and then above it, I'll show it to you now, you got this connect with your goggles. And what it is doing, guys, it's downloading the information, because when you first turn on these goggles, they're only geared up for the AESA and the DJI Free Flow, I think it's called, and it's got nothing on there about the DJI Mini 3. So you've got to update it all. And I couldn't see any videos out there how you do that. It took me until today, about half an hour ago, so I wanted to get this video out because I'm sure I'm not the only one that's having a bit of a problem. And of course my other major thing is I wear glasses. And you've got to keep looking at your goggles, got to keep taking your glasses off to read the instructions. Anyway, the setup, once you've downloaded you've got all the up-to-date firmware for your drone, your controller, and your goggles, and obviously the app, it's going to work. It will work. Don't give up. took me quite a while, I'll be honest, nearly 2 days to do all this. But anyway, the setup is you turn on the drone, you turn on the goggles, you then have to pair the goggles with the drone, and you know how the pairing system goes. And once they're both paired, you then turn on the controller, you then pair the controller with the drone, and fingers crossed, it all works. So what this video is about, mate, even though I'm sorry guys, I haven't shown you, the ins and outs of it, of the connections, because it is complicated, and I think it may be different, be it if you've got an ISO phone or you got an Android phone. It's just, I think it'd make the video too long trying to explain it. I mean, I would love to put a video together like that, but guys, it was so annoying. I think what it is, you only need one of those updates, not updated, nothing's going to work. So the pairing thing is quite important. But once you've done it all, that's it then. You just turn it all on and it'll work straight away. So my next video is when we go out trying to fly the drone. Hopefully I could have no problems. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, get a thumbs up. If you didn't, get a thumbs down. And also guys, if you had any problems, just like me, please pass it on, because that's what it's all about. Anyway, can't wait. I've been waiting for this for about 3 weeks. It's all come through. I can see lovely and clear in there now. I just did a quick takeoff out in the garden. It's a bit blowy today, so I thought I'd just put this video up instead. And then hopefully the next couple of days I'll go out and give it a test fly.